The I.O.W. Network.
Hey. I.O.W. Sports. I.O.W. Sports. I.O.W. Sports. It's I.W. Sports. What up, world? It's your boy Wildcard in the building. You know who that guy is. Detroit Mail, the man with the grandmaster plan for the I.O.W. Network. We putting it down. It's another episode of I.O.W. Sports, episode 41. We putting it down.
Dang, 41.
Yeah, 41, bro. 41. We in there. But before we get into the foolery and the foolishness that I know that's bound to come out of our mouths, let's get all the house cleaning
This nigga,
out the way. Yeah, see, let's start already. Let's go. Let's get all that stuff out the way so we can get down to the business. All right, going over to the website, www.ioftenwonder.com. That's where you can get all the information of anything I.O.W. Network related from the I.O.W. Sports that you are watching currently. That streams every Monday and Thursday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl edition that comes to you, provided by me every weeknight at midnight, Monday through Friday. Of course, the grandmother of them all, the I Often Wonder podcast.
I often wonder.
Yeah, check out the mug. That's where it all started, of course. Then we got Daddy Cooks coming from Philip Riddick, as well as R. Bob, L. Jeffrey Moore coming through with LJ Presents. Man, we got a lot of material coming down the line. I'm telling you, we got a great lineup coming. The network and the radio station is coming. It's coming. I'm telling you, be patient.
It's coming.
Because when it comes, it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be something to be a part of.
Right.
So if you are a content creator, jump in our emails. Hop on the I.O.W. Network train while it's still at the station. Because when this joint take off, it's a done deal.
Don't get left behind.
Don't get left behind. All right. So since we got all that good stuff out the way, March Madness is coming to a close. We're going to go above the rim, y'all.
Is it March Madness time already?
Hey, yeah. We at that point in the year. Yo, that sound gets me every time. It's like a nature call. It's like,
right.
Hoo, that time of the year. So just in case anybody who hasn't been paying attention, March Madness is in full gear. Matter of fact, coming this weekend, we got the Final Four for both the men's and the women's tournament. Yes, the men's and the women's tournament. Of course, in the women's bracket, you have 1 seeded South Carolina taking on 1 seeded Stanford. And in the other matchup, you have Arizona, who's the 3 seed, facing 1 seed UConn.
Man, I watched a couple of those games, man.
Hey, that UConn Baylor game was
a good game.
That was a good game.
Good game.
Of course, they missed. They missed the call. They missed it.
I heard everybody talking about it, man.
Hey, it's on there. I think I left.
I got a version of it myself, so we'll see.
Yeah,
let's see what they had to say about it first.
It's actually to your daughter tweeted that was a foul at the end.
Really? Maybe. I don't think LeBron's ever won a game on a bad call by the other team, by the other officials. Do you think? I probably doubt it. I probably doubt that in his career he's ever won a game and decided to give it back because he looked at it and went, that was a foul. So it is what it is.
What did you see?
I was surprised they didn't call a foul.
Then write it like that. You don't need a quote from me. I've got still shots and video from 2 angles. One kid hits her in the face and one kid hits her on the elbow.
Just in case you didn't see it, we got the actual play right
Yeah,
here.
this is nuts. That's a clear foul. Clear foul. You know, I had to talk about it on a late night out edition
Right.
show, but that's a clear cut foul. That's a foul in youth league. That's a foul in rec league. That's a foul in any YMCA playing pickup run ball. That's a foul in elementary. That's a foul playing on the little Playmates little basketball goal. That's a foul everywhere. Any blacktop, that's a foul. Any Rucker Park, that's a foul. Any court in PG County down in Maryland, that's a foul. In Africa, in the new African League that they got about to come up, that's a foul. I mean, there's a foul in Europe, that's a foul in Antarctica, a foul in Alaska, that's a foul in China, in France, Spain. Anywhere you go, that's a damn foul. It was so much girl and girl, bro. It was so much girl and girl contact. They probably take that clip and put it on Pornhub. It was so much Boy, that was a foul, dog. Oh. Don't look at me like that.
Really, nigga? Really? I mean, can't we let the show roll on a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Before you start giving the nonsense. It's like we only 6 minutes in, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, 6 minutes in is too long enough for me to hold on to the fact that is a foul. She accosted. Look, both of them accosted that woman.
Fill out a police report.
Fuck a police report. Shit.
Say that. So many girl on girl contact out of the LGBT community and Q2.
The whole alphabet.
All of it. Like, hey, hold on, what's going on?
Titties. Someone said titties.
Like, what's that? Oh, it's just a foul.
Bruh.
But here's my thing. Okay. So it was a foul.
Yeah.
At the same time, you can't, the play call, why would you see driving and pull up on two people?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You just put it this way, it was a men's game.
Yeah.
And a lot of times have a lot of no calls in mid games and stuff like that happen, especially at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And then we wouldn't say nothing about it.
Yeah.
And as a player, I wouldn't even allow it to go that way. I'd have called a better shot, kick it to the open man, you get a good look, clear look, shoot it.
I understand.
Have plenty of time.
Mm-hmm.
Was the foul? Yes. But you shouldn't be, don't put yourself in a predicament when it comes down to that.
Yeah.
That's what any kind of game.
Let's
see what Melvin said.
Oh, no doubt.
It's a foul, but you got to know the rest will not decide the game for one. You on the last shot, got to get a better shot than that. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Exactly what I'm saying. You're right, Melvin.
Hey, what's up, Melvin? Shout out, Man Down Podcast. Y'all go check them out for sure. But you bring up a good point. I mean, both you and Mel. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can't put yourself in that situation at the end of the game of a crucial time.
Right.
And,
they had a little flop in there too.
I mean, yeah, but
a little LeBron James in there.
No, trust.
It's like,
but I mean,
oh, nigga, come on.
I mean, look, yes, it's a foul, and yes, I believe that the ref should have called that in that moment. But I understand that they don't want to be the cause to decide a game. But unfortunately, they did.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So, but at the same time, what did Baylor do leading up to that? Because in that game, I was watching it. They were always trying to come from behind.
Yeah.
So you're already in behind, and I get you're trying to get to at least score to at least make it even or get in the head of the lead.
Right.
But what happened to the other 3.5 quarters leading up to that moment? They did have some turnover issues. They had a couple of bad shots and some bad fouls. So I get that part too. But at the end of the day, that was an egregious, blatant foul. And, it reminds me of damn near when the Saints and the Rams had, the no call and the pass interference.
My point.
But at the same time, with the Saints, they still had opportunities to go win that game. And in this case, they didn't necessarily have enough time to, quote unquote, get back in the game and win the game.
Right.
But what exactly mistakes that they made leading up to that point? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to put yourself in that position. And just kind of like what you and Mel said, the young lady put herself pretty much in a double team situation.
Right.
So if you're double teamed, more than likely there's somebody open, kick it out,
Kick it
get a
out.
better shot. And maybe we're not even talking about this.
And that's the point right there. You know, you have to know as a player,
Mm-hmm.
if you in a situation where you driving, two people on you, somebody open.
Yeah.
Somebody is open. And if that person, so you kick it to that person, you possibly could have had the game winning shot.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're
because UConn missed 2 free throws.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that right there
Let the door open.
let the door open for you.
Yeah.
So, you know, you have to capitalize on that. And I think that's what they should focus on. Yeah, we can go all day with this call.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you should focus on, if you get in this situation again next year,
Yeah.
you know, capitalize on that. What you gonna do?
Yeah. I got
fix it. What you gonna do
I
to
hear
change it? You know, and that's what they should be focusing on as a team as a whole. I mean, don't take nothing away from them. They had a good season.
Great season.
You make it to the Elite 8. That's a good season.
Oh yeah.
You know, and you were a good team. I mean, at one time they had UConn down
Yeah.
by 10.
Yeah.
Like third quarter, like a minute and 46 left around that time.
Yeah.
UConn went down by 10.
I mean, but it was a
I was
phenomenal
like,
game, though.
this might be
Phenomenal
over for
game,
UConn.
though. Phenomenal.
It was a good game, man. It was a good game.
Now, I got to speak on it real quick because
Mhm.
I did on the late night show. You know, as much as we talk about dynasties and all that stuff,
Right.
we got to talk about like UConn's dynasty and what Gino Auriemma is doing. Like, this is unheard of. Like, they're in their 13th consecutive Final Four appearance.
Right.
So imagine being a young lady who plays basketball and you say, I want to go win a national championship. Go to UConn.
You got a good chance.
You got a damn good chance of getting there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's won 11 championships over the course of his tenure. He's been at UConn since 85. His first title was in 95. You know, so, different times where they're giving coaches time to actually build something.
Right.
So first title was in 95. He ran through the 2000s with that UConn team. I mean, you can literally go through any WNBA roster and find a UConn player on every WNBA team, that's played with Gino Auriemma.
Pepper and Patty still playing?
She probably was a Husky.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about Diana Taurasi.
Diana Taurasi, I think she was in Phoenix still.
Okay. Yeah.
But even in Phoenix, she's won championships in the WNBA like crazy.
She's like she's a peanut. People probably one of them peanut characters. That nose ain't no joke.
I mean, literally the domination that Gino Auriemma is doing, and unfortunately, it doesn't get talked about as much in the realm of dynasty in sports, which is it kind of I don't know if it's bias or anything, but hey, you got to give UConn that women's basketball program their props and Gino Auriemma. The dominance. That's the only word I can say when it comes to that team is dominance.
Right.
That program is dominant.
Melvin said it's a luxury to have a MJ or Kobe type that can get a shot anywhere from outside the paint for the game winner. Number one rule: don't drive into a double team to the game winner.
Bingo.
That's true.
Bingo.
That's true. And I think that's what they should focus more on that.
Yeah. Find a shot.
You know what I'm saying? Focus more on that than focus on the foul.
Yeah.
Because anytime you put in the ref's hand, if you gonna coach a game to put into the ref's hand, you coach it into a loss.
Yeah, you coach them lose.
You know what I'm saying? So any way you do, you want to try to coach it where you don't put it in the ref's hand.
You play to win the game.
That's it.
Shout out to Herm Edwards. I mean, that's that again, Mel being the basketball savant that he is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he blatantly put it right there,
right.
And pretty much short few words and sums it all up right there.
Right.
You can't put yourself in that position.
You look at some of the players, man.
Yeah.
They were knocking down them outside shots.
Yeah, they was knocking down shots.
So my thing was like, if you're gonna do something like that, and like you mentioned earlier, drive in, kick it out, and put it in their hands.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, I don't know Carrington personally, but it might have been an ego thing. I'm gonna try to win this game.
Which is funny because she had a couple of offensive charges leading up to that situation, which is why I'm thinking like, find a different route, find a different way to get. And I know she was probably the number one option at that point because their point guard had went down with I think she had pulled a hamstring or something like that, but she couldn't come back.
Right, she put a hamstring.
Yeah, but like you got to find a different route because I mean you putting your life in the hands of a whistle. And sometimes things don't get blown all the time, so pause. But
Blowing that whistle.
Blow the whistle. Do, 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 blow the whistle. They was looking for old Too Short. Blow the whistle. Come on, man. Blow the whistle. Do, do, do.
That Stanford game was good too, man.
Yeah. I mean,
And that freshman they got, Cameron Brink,
yeah.
she gonna be a beast.
Yeah.
She gonna be a beast. I mean, heck, she's 6'4". You know what I'm saying? And she was blocking, tossing niggas. I'm like, get out of here.
Hey man, but I gotta show love to South Kakalaki.
Oh, I'm gonna get to
South
them
Carolina. Dawn Staley got them ladies
next.
balling.
What's a Zaya Cook? She nice with. She Euro stepping on for shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I love it. You know
Outside
what?
shot. She
love
nice
it.
with it.
I love it when the ladies play like the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like that Euro step was pretty.
Man,
and
that Zaya Cook is nice, man. She was coming through the lane like double pumping, double clutch. I was like, dang. She was taking on women that was taller than her.
Yeah, and
then coming in like whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I give her props, man. She nice with it.
I mean, honestly, I would not be upset come Sunday after Friday night's games in the women's tournament. It comes down to South Carolina and UConn. I'll watch that all night because I know for a fact you're going to get it's going to be an iron sharper than iron kind of situation. It's going to be the best versus the best. And there's no diss to any other teams. And I kind of alluded to this earlier before, you know, filling out a women's bracket to me is much easier. More than likely, you're going to get your top seeds getting to the end. And I mean, look at it. You got 3 number ones in. Right. So, you know, they kind of help prove my point. and it's no diss to the women's sport. It's just that you don't see your everyday upset in the tournament like you would the men's. You know, who knows how the reason why, but it is like that. But, you know, come Sunday, we will have a champion in the women's tournament. On to the men's tournament. Saturday is going to go down. It's going to go down. Man, sorry, man. Sorry what happened to you. Wolverines, man.
I told you without Levers, I wasn't having too much faith in them anyway. So
but Dan,
they came that far.
Nah, man, they had that chance to win that game, and I don't know what that last few play calls were, or decisions. You know, I don't even.
It was down most of the game, though, man.
No, they weren't.
That's my thing. Was like, come on, man. Halftime, it was down like around 6, I think it was. So it's like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it get to the last minute.
Turn it up.
You know, and that's I think that's one of the problems I have with them all year. They had, I mean, some of them games they did pull them out, but they allowed themselves to get down and have to come from behind.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know, but hey, it still was a good season.
Yeah, good season.
And it looks promising for next year.
When's the last time? I mean, you know, no disrespect to John Beeline, but just the excitement that Juwan Howard is bringing with this team.
Right.
I mean, and you know, this his first year?
Yeah.
First year with Juwan Howard. You know, that's a good building block to build on for the foundation. So,
I mean, you know, and I think him having a successful year this year will bring more recruits. I think this next year they say they got some good recruits coming in.
Oh, why would you not want to play for Juwan? You know
what I'm saying? You got he an NBA player. Former player for the school he's playing for, and they were successful there.
Yeah.
So, you know, he has a good pipeline to the NBA and also a good track record in collegiate play.
Yeah, he do.
So, you know what I'm saying? That right there is a good recruiting tool to use to recruit some of your top players.
Hey, look what I can do.
Right.
Come on down to Michigan.
Right.
So, I mean.
Come over to Death Row.
Yeah. I'm waiting for Juwan Howard to pull his whole Suge Knight recruiting tactics to come on over to the Wolverines. So, I mean, you know, big ups to the Michigan Wolverines. Of course, great season. Good, pretty much.
Oh, shout out to Roy Williams, man.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll touch on that in a second. So, of course, Saturday we got the 2 seed Houston Cougars going to go in the number 1 seed Baylor Bears. That's going to be a good game. You got 2 athletic teams who's going to ball out. They're going to play some damn basketball for sure.
Right.
I'm excited to see that game. I'm not going to say the winner's going to come out of that because UCLA and Gonzaga, the 1 seed Gonzaga takes on 11 seed UCLA. You know, we said it. You know, I had to admit last night, man, I got to give Gonzaga the credit. You know, they shut me up. I was a huge critic on Gonzaga because, you know, time at the time they make it to the tournament,
choke it up
and choke it up. And this year is just not that. For me, just them getting to the Final Four says that maybe they're ready to shed that we're not good enough persona, and they're ready to make it. Because I mean, they're not only are they winning, they are just
they
beating down people. I mean, you just see what they did to USC, and USC was beating down people. I mean, what they did to Kansas, they just threw them out the gym at halftime. This game wasn't even close at all.
Yeah, it was.
Gonzaga literally just said, "Oh, anything you can do, we can do better. We're gonna get your ass gone at halftime." I mean, they were done. Halftime, it was just a wrap for them boys. They just couldn't do nothing. USC just got outmanned, outgunned, outshot, out everything.
Right.
Everything, out the tournament. Yes, they are out the tournament. So come Monday, when a national championship will take place, we'll see what happens with the men's tournament. I actually wouldn't mind seeing Gonzaga and Baylor.
I think that's what's going to be anyway.
Yeah, because they did have a scheduled game earlier in the basketball season, which got nixed because of COVID. So maybe that's that matchup everybody was dying to see earlier in the season. We get with the national championship on the line,
right?
You can't beat. And if those two teams get together, Gonzaga and Baylor, it's gonna be like my man Jim Ross saying WWE, the slobber knocker. There's gonna be a slobber knocker. I could see them knocking heads throughout that whole game.
Right.
But kind of like what you alluded to earlier, man. Shout out to the great coach, former Kansas coach, now former coach of North Carolina, Roy Williams. The news dropped today that he is going to finally hang up his coaching whistle and sit it down.
Sit it down.
I mean, great career, great coaching career for sure.
Right.
Can easily go down as one of the best collegiate basketball coaches to ever grace the court for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the names are numerous that have been coached by Roy Williams. I mean, even starting with MJ. So
right. Well, I mean, you gotta look at this. He coached under the shadows of Dean Smith for a while.
Yep.
And so for him to have so many successful seasons, is a testament to his great coaching. And he got out, kind of like he got out of the shadows of Dean Smith.
He made his own lane.
Yeah,
for sure.
So that means that's a testament to his good coaching. Hate to see him go out this way with a losing season, with a disappointing season.
Very disappointing.
I mean, they hobbled into the tournament
and then
hobbled right back out. You know what I'm saying?
Wisconsin made sure, y'all niggas was hobbling. Well, how big our asses on
finish y'all off. So, it's for a coach like that, you like to see him at least go out, with a winning. I mean, he necessarily have to win a national championship, but Sweet 16
on a good note,
something like that.
I hear you.
But shout out to him though.
Yeah, no, most doubt.
I'm not a Carolina fan, but if I pick any team in North Carolina, I'd be a Tar Heel fan.
Look, I wouldn't be a Duke fan. I can't be a Duke fan. I can't be a Duke fan.
Not an NC State fan.
No.
NC State always just seemed like they the SS Kresge's or Woolworths of the bunch. You know what I'm saying?
They the black sheep.
They seem like low budget, on sale. That kind of like.
I'll put it to you this way.
Good,
North Carolina State is only surviving in the state of North Carolina after everybody has fallen off from Duke and Carolina. So they get the scraps left over.
Oh my.
And like Duke and Carolina says, yeah, you good enough, but we got all these other niggas. Why don't you try NC State?
Right.
Go on to Raleigh.
Go on over to Raleigh.
Yeah, go on over to Raleigh. I mean, you're still in state. We'll see.
You can come watch us play.
Yeah. But I mean, what can you say about Roy Williams, what he's done for the game of basketball in the college? But I was thinking about this on the way over. I think he chose to leave now is because look what's coming down the pipeline for the NCAA.
Yeah.
To me,
you don't want to deal with that.
No, because even Mark Cronin, the coach for UCLA, kind of said something to this fact that, with these certain leagues popping up that's going to be able to provide young athletes with a chance to make money for their future, to me, like especially the G League,
Mhm.
you know, that's pretty much what Mark Cronin was speaking about.
Mhm.
You know, with the G League trying to develop some type of way to pay for these young prospects.
I mean, if you just look at how college basketball is starting to erode away, I'm not, and that's not me saying it's gonna completely go away.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if they don't make any kind of adjustments to what's coming down the pipeline, they're gonna be way behind.
You know what they're gonna have to do? They're gonna have to finally give up off this shit and pay these
They
players.
don't have to,
They
because
don't have to.
you look at what J. Will, Kevin Durant, and them doing
Yeah,
with that league.
Yep.
You know,
In the G
I
League.
would go straight from their league, which is high school league,
Yep.
into the G League.
Yeah.
Why would I play college?
Get paid for my talents.
I'm paid in high school.
Yeah.
I go to G League and get paid. Hopefully
Yeah.
somebody in NBA pick me up out of the G League. So
And then I'm gone.
What I need college for?
Yeah, you don't need it.
You know what I'm saying?
Only thing you need it for is if you wanted to go back and literally go get your education.
But
That's
then
it.
that speaks to a whole nother discussion, because even with that, I got 2 degrees.
Mhm.
I don't use neither of them.
Yeah.
Only thing I got out of that is a debt.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
Same here. A whole
So
bunch of
so my
that.
thing is like,
a whole bunch of that.
so my thing is like, you know, as a player, and I'm evaluating my situation
Yeah.
as an athlete,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so whatever sport it is, but since we specifically talking about basketball, as an athlete, I'm looking at, okay, I can get into this league with Kevin Durant and them,
Mm-hmm.
especially if I know I'm a top prospect.
Top prospect for sure.
You know, then I can go into the G League,
Get paid.
toughen up my game,
Yep.
go to NBA. That's if I'm a top prospect, not good enough to go to the NBA.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
But even
why
if,
would I go to college?
But even if you're on the cusp,
Right.
like still go to the little league,
So
develop yourself, go to the G League, develop more, and then be ready for the NBA.
So why do I go to
Yeah.
college? I mean, and think about it now.
No, you're right. You're
Even
right.
with jobs now,
You're right.
there's a lot of jobs that now, if you have the experience and a couple of certificates, you can get the job.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still feel me out, like, you know, being a scientist or something like that.
Yeah, I
I
hear
have to go to school, but in general sense,
Yeah.
there's a lot of jobs you can get without a college education. And then with the invention of, not invention, but with online colleges, online
schooling, trades,
schooling, trades,
yeah,
and with the online, like you being a YouTuber and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's kids that never went to barely went to high school and then went to college is making multi-million dollars.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? So the college route, what I'm not gonna say, but the college format needs to change. College need to restructure the way they do things, restructure how they do things, because if not, they are gonna be far behind.
Well, honestly, with these various leagues that are beginning to form that are saying and willing to pay, that dries up your talent pool.
Right.
Period. I mean, and this is why I think Mark Cronin pretty much made this statement about he hating the fact that the G League and all that shit, is because he recognizes that his talent pool is starting to dry up, and the process is beginning.
One of them started the process.
Well, yeah.
I mean, think about it. You knew, in the general sense, 3 to 4 years you got a player. You can build off of that.
Back in the days, of course, yeah.
You can build off that. You can say, okay, I got. If I gotta take Kentucky, you know, with John Calipari, you know, he was getting good talent in, and say that before, because he's kind of started that one and done thing. But say they was in the 4 or 3 year thing doing his run.
Yeah.
He can think in his mind, okay, I got top talent here.
Yeah.
I got at least 3-4 years of a paycheck, 3-4 years of a good run. You know,
3-4 years possibly getting the championship.
Yeah. No, versus when that one and done start taking off and start something in Kentucky.
Yeah.
That, you know, you only got one chance and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Eminem effect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like
you only got one shot.
One shot, man. Your moment. You know what I'm saying?
You better get it.
So that's it, man. It's like, and it's made it harder at that time to build a program. Now here comes leagues that's gonna pay high school players. Leagues is going that you can jump over college and go into and get paid. That's really gonna damn, because my as an athlete, so we're gonna deal with athletes.
Yeah.
As an athlete, I'm playing basketball First, because I love the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Second, my hope is to go to the next level to get paid.
Get financial gain.
It's a profession.
Yeah, it's a
You know,
job.
it's a job.
Yeah.
It's a profession.
Yeah.
So why would I halt my profession? That's like going on vacation for 4 years, but the job ain't paying you. You know what I'm saying? Why would you do that?
No,
You know what I'm saying?
you're right.
Yeah, the vacation may be fun. I might have a good time, but while I'm in Hawaii, I can't buy nothing.
You know what's gonna suck? It's gonna take away your top prospects from the game of college basketball,
is.
and then you're
College
left.
basketball gonna be the G League.
Yes,
You know
you're
what I'm
gonna be left with those 1, 2, maybe 3-star recruits who got some talent, but they need some development.
Right.
And then at that point, it's no longer about the talent that can carry your team to whatever championship you could possibly aspire to get.
College is gonna be a glorified AAU.
Yes, it's going to get to the point
That's all
where
it's gonna be.
The best coach that can outcoach the other coach is going to be the champion.
Mm-hmm.
It is going to make coaches get to the nitty gritty, the meat and potatoes, the foundation of actually coaching and developing players. At that point, it could be a gift and a curse because you don't have that talent to fall back on like you would back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think that's the reason why Roy Williams was like, hey, it's time for me to step aside.
Step aside.
He's been coaching 33 plus years. He's getting up there in age. I'm pretty sure he wants to spend time with the grandbabies and his kids and his family and all that, which is, of course, one great reason to step aside. But I personally think that he stepped away professionally because the scene of college basketball is literally at the genesis of a huge change.
Yes.
And why even you already saw the struggle he had this year. You know what I'm saying?
Rough,
why
you're a Carolina fan?
That was rough.
Rough.
You know what I'm saying? So why even put myself in that emotional strain and emotional toll to even just deal with another repeat season of what we just went through? So I personally think that he stepped away because he's foreseeing the change on the landscape of college basketball. You know, I'm just a man talking shit. You know, I don't know for sure his reason for leaving. I'm just guessing that, you know, because me personally, if I was a coach, I'm like, shit, man, the talent pool is starting to dry up in this joint. Do I want to deal with this? Right. Because not only being a college coach, you're dealing with pressure. Now you're talking about dealing with pressure from boosters, your AD, your fan base. Why aren't you winning? Why aren't you winning? Well, give me some fucking talent. I'll win. Right. So, you know, I just think that it was just time for him to just be like, you know what, it's my time. So, again, shout out to Roy Williams. On the NBA front, oh, man. So, my Lakers, we finally get Andre Drummond, man. So, we finally get him. And, you know, my freak out meter went down. It went down, you know, and now it's back up again. Because in the debut for Andre Drummond last night against the Milwaukee Bucks for the LA Lakers, literally, my guy, Andre Drummond, left the game early with a toe injury. Right. And I'm just like, oh, gosh.
You're right, Sincere. College basketball ain't what it used to be. Yeah, that was crazy, man.
Bruh, I'm over here thinking like, Andre Drummond, you barely been with the team for a couple of days and you already hurt, bro. You was supposed to help us maintain the ship from sinking while our two captains are out. Now he out. And we don't, I haven't seen any information on the totality of the injury or the time frame that Drummond's going to be out. But I'm like, man, we can't win. Like, damn.
They're all against us.
But something. The forces in the basketball gods are just against my Lakers because how the hell we literally was trying to get Andre Drummond. And look, I need to say this because Andre Drummond wasn't going to be the savior for the Lakers. We get that. We understand that. But what he brings 17 and 5 points per game. So 18 points per game.
Right.
He's bringing in at least 14 rebounds per game. This is what he's averaging.
Mm-hmm.
Any team can use that.
Right.
And especially a team who's floundering right now without his two captains is something that we needed to just stabilize the insanity. Just stabilize. We don't need you to be Michael Jordan the Great and try to help the Lakers, make it through the last 25 games of the season until AD and LeBron gets back. We didn't need that. We just need to stabilize the insanity. And now he gone. My goodness. I don't even know what to really even talk and the words to express the disappointment.
Well, I would say this: the silver lining is it's a toe injury. It's not, at least it's not a Achilles or anything like that.
I get you, but toes
can be bad.
It could be a pain in the motherfucker.
Right.
As Deion Sanders about toe injuries.
So hopefully, like I said, it's something that he can come back and recover from. That'd be messed up. You get him and he out for the season.
Like, damn.
Nigga, you better cut that mug off.
But this is what I'm saying with I'm hoping that, because I was watching the game live and he was kind of making an expression that I guess is the top of his big toenail came off or something like that. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping it's something minor like that.
Right.
Maybe a week out, maybe 2 weeks max.
Right.
And by that time, AD's talking about coming back in that same time frame too.
Right.
And then, who knows when LeBron's going to be back, probably another month or so. But I'm like, damn, we just can't get right. See, I knew it was fucked up once Jared Dudley got hurt, man. The savior of the Lakers, Jared Dudley, got hurt with his fucked up MCL, and that was the end of it, bro. But I'm like, God damn, can't catch a break. So we'll see how the Lakers manage this whole injury crisis that they're going through right now. Just as long as they just don't let the ship sink, because the playoffs is different this year with the NBA. So the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th are playing like the little playing tournament.
Right.
So if you're the 7th seed and you win the 7th versus 8th seed matchup, you're automatically in the playoffs. And then the loser of that faces the 9th and 10th seed.
Right.
And then they'll play that winner, and then that determines the 8th seed. So, I want the Lakers to avoid that at all costs. Don't go past the 6th seed. Just don't go past the 6th seed. Like, I know it's going to be some trying times just for the rest of these next couple of weeks. Just don't go past the 6th seed, and we be all right. All right? just hang on, Lakers players, especially that damn Kyle Kuzma with his old fucking Q-tip blonde hair. That dude looks weird. I don't know what the hell. I'm still looking.
He's trying to express yourself, man.
Man, express yourself to some buckets, because I need him to. He wanted this moment. Oh, it's my time to shine. I got my extension. I'm gonna show the Lakers what I got. Okay, well, when? I'm waiting for you to show up.
It's coming.
Well, it need to be here, not coming. It need to already be here. So damn, can't catch a break.
Speaking of injury,
yeah, James Harden, man, he left last night's Nets Rockets games with the some hamstring tightness. The hammy. Look, man, the hamstring is one muscle that you got to be real cautious about.
Right.
Now the ramifications of this right now don't seem too bad, because you still have Kyrie that can carry some weight till his hamstring heals up.
Right.
Which you shouldn't rush back. So,
but they're in a pretty good position. So
yeah, they're in a good position.
Take your time.
Don't rush back
and get gear up for the playoff.
Yeah. Am I missing something? I feel like Kevin Durant's injury is a lot worse than what they're perceiving to be.
I thought about this one. I thought about it 2 ways. Maybe it is, and then maybe they just saying, you know what, James is pulling us until the injury. James is doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Send him out as long as you can.
Don't rush him back.
Don't rush him back.
Nah, I hear you.
Because the worst thing you do is rush him back. You get re-injured.
Yeah.
Then you're out for the season.
Then you can't.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing you can do then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That blows your chances.
Past the trade deadline, you can't get nobody. So.
No. And that waiver
I seen
pool
the
was
media
drying
say,
up.
they didn't got Allen Iverson, so he can get him a ring. You know what I'm saying? was like, y'all going in on these niggas.
Hey, whatever. I bet you AI would do it.
I said,
Suit up real
the
quick.
Brooklyn Nets has Jesus.
They signing everybody.
They signed Jesus to a contract. You know what I'm saying?
Bless these Nets
Right.
in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy
Let me
Spirit.
park this court. Dunk.
I mean, so as a basketball fan, I'm not freaking out so much about the James Harden injury.
Right.
Just with them being, of course, in the East, which is it is tough, but compared to the West, not so much. You still have a giant in Kyrie of a name and a baller
right.
that can still maintain it. I mean, you still have a solid bench. I mean, they got shooters all over the place. Joe
Right.
Harris shoots lights out. Tyler Johnson. I mean, I forgot other boy's name that shoots. Not Karis LeVert. He's not even on there anymore. Lambert, him, Shammert, Lambert, something like that.
One of them guys.
Yeah, that motherfucker. So they at least got 3 shooters. You still got a couple of big bodies with LaMarcus Aldridge, which is weird. He didn't play the last 2 games with the Nets because of rest. And I'm like, you didn't get enough rest? You've been resting on the Spurs sideline for like almost 2 months. Like, what you mean rest? So I was a little confused by that. So, you get LaMarcus Aldridge, eventually get him acclimated. DeAndre Jordan, he's already been with the team. Right. Blake Griffin, get him acclimated. Jesus. So the Nets would be all right.
Is that nigga walking on the water? He walking on the Gatorade? You know what I'm saying?
Game. Jesus.
Right.
Like just floating to the goal.
Bam.
Just, bam.
Don't shoot that, my son.
Don't, no, sir. No. I mean, so look, I know Nets fans going to want to freak out, but just relax.
Stop signing people.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about it with the whole super team thing. I'm not offended that they signing everybody. I don't care. At the end of the day, they got to win, because all you're doing is building up pressure on yourself to win, and you got to win. You signing all these former All-Stars. It ain't gonna mean shit if you get bumped out the first or second round. Right. It ain't gonna mean shit.
Or they all get hurt.
Yeah, and they all getting hurt. It ain't gonna mean shit if you don't make it to the final. So I'm not too stressed about that whole super team build. I'm we talked about it, so I'm not tripping about that. But I think they are definitely in a different position from the Lakers.
Right.
Look, my freak out meter went sky high when AD got hurt. Then it calmed down a little bit once I saw that the Lakers really didn't lose a lot of traction. And then it went sky high again when LeBron got hurt. And then it went back down just a tad bit when
on a roller coaster.
Emotional roller coaster, bro. I feel like this. I feel like I'm part of a day show, like Days of Our Lives and shit, like just emotional roller coaster up and down with this Lakers shit. So, definitely in a different position for the Nets than the Lakers are. So. We'll see what happens with that, but as you guys know, it is opening day, y'all. I'm full baseball gear on. Even though my team probably ain't gonna do nothing this year, I don't care. I stay repping. It's baseball time. Take me out to the ball game.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks.
I love baseball, so it might be a little foreign, little sport to the majority of y'all, but I love baseball.
Right.
I mean, that was my first sport before football. Matter of fact, I played from literally like T-ball all the way up to high school. So baseball was my joint. Francisco Lindor.
Yeah.
Man, got the bag.
Yes,
for the New York Mets. Man signed a 10-year.
Let me hold something.
$341 million contract. Golly. Wow. And just in case you guys don't know, baseball and basketball are the only 2 sports that have fully guaranteed contracts.
Right.
So after that 10 years ends up, Francisco Lindor had made $341 million. He's going to see every last penny of that. Whew. 3rd largest contract in Major League Baseball history. That's big. Biggest contract ever given to a shortstop. But guess what? this man is worth it. If you don't know who Francisco Lindor, I'm telling you, go YouTube, watch his highlights. The guy's the closest thing to Ozzie Smith, man. I'm talking about a magician.
Right.
Like
Smith was nice.
Oh,
It was real nice.
Oh my gosh. In any ground ball or hit towards the shortstop area, and go ahead and assume yourself out, because he's like a vacuum. Anything in his radius is getting just gobbled up by
you know, they had a great team back then.
Yes.
Great coach.
Yes. I'm actually surprised that the Indians were so willing to trade Lindor in the offseason. Maybe they were prepared of this contract that he just got. They couldn't pay it. That's probably my only thought of why they didn't make that happen.
Sometimes that happens, man.
Yeah. And it sucks. But
better Mets than the Yankees. The Yankees would have paid him.
Oh, Yankees would have paid him for sure. And then the Indians would have to see him every year.
Remember me?
Yeah, remember me? I didn't want to pay me.
Right.
Now you get to lose to me. So I mean, you know, it's just a different ball game with.
But you know what? I just thought about this. The Yankees were a super team before people talk about the super team in the NBA.
Well, to their credit is because they were smart enough to know that in Major League Baseball there's no cap.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm not. Yeah, I know how they done it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but you know,
I mean, they took advantage of the rules. Yeah. There's no cap. Oh wait,
you can
pay them whatever.
Some of the Yankee teams, man.
Oh no, shit.
It was like the Yankees be like, whoever they want. Oh, come on over.
Yeah,
man.
come on over.
We got the money.
We got the money.
Come on.
I mean, but that's the difference. What you got between Major League Baseball and NFL. You know, of course, the glaring difference. Of course, there's no cap.
Right.
But when you got small market baseball organizations who can't afford to field their pay players like the Yankees, who their budget is astronomical.
Right.
You know, same with the Dodgers. Their budget is astronomical.
But here's the thing, though. I always wondered this. I often wonder. Shameless plug.
Yeah.
How is it that teams like the Dodgers, large market team, never do the same thing the Yankees do? They don't really get out there and pay players like that and grab these players up and put them on a team and have a quote unquote super team. It seems like the Yankees. Now, I will say a lot of teams are starting to do it more than they used to back in the day. At one time, it's like only Yankees was doing it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but the Yankees always had the bread for it.
Right, I'm saying, but
yeah,
Dodgers is a large market team.
Yeah.
I mean, tickets to get Dodger Stadium are not cheap.
Well, first of all, the Dodgers are actually just now coming around to winning again. I mean,
that's true. But my point is, though,
before last year's World Series, when's the last time they won?
I understand that.
Okay.
But I'm saying, but the money still was there.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? The money
is.
still was there. Now, their budget may not be as large as the Yankees, but they got enough money to do the same thing.
No, they
or
do.
Something similar.
No, they do.
You know what I'm saying? Because the ticket sales alone at Dodger Stadium is ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, the cost of living in LA is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
So it's like everything is more expensive out there. So they bringing in money.
No, they are.
Compared to like, you know, smaller market team, Cleveland, Detroit, like that. They'll have that kind of capital coming in.
Yeah.
So my thing is like, but you don't really see the Dodgers doing it. Who has the potential to do it? I mean, the Padres too, really. In some.
The Padres.
They got a nice team now. I'm just saying, but in some
Mm-hmm.
regards, they almost has a similar type ability to do that.
Yeah, and I get what you're saying, but and here's I guess kind of an answer to your question. When you think about all of the money that the Yankees spend, is because they still have enough money left over to pay for the luxury tax after the facts.
Right.
So if they got a yearly budget, they still have enough money to cap everything after that's overflowed.
Right.
And most of those small market teams don't. Like.
Right.
I'll say it like this. So when my Royals won the World Series in 2015, after going in 2014, majority of those players that were on that team were on rookie contracts.
Right.
So you play baseball for at least a minimum of 6 years Major League Baseball service. You're not talking about your service you spent in the minor leagues.
Right.
But MLB service. And so you get to hold on to these players for a minimum of at least 6 years.
Right.
And so with the losing franchise that the Royals were, majority of those players were top picks early in the draft. And then by the time they finally matured and matured into a team, you can't pay everybody. Look at the roster right now of that was on that 2015 World Series team. Only one player's left.
Right.
Salvador Perez, our catcher, only one left. I mean, lost Eric Hosmer, all-star first baseman. Lost Lorenzo Cain, all-star center field. Lost Mike Moustakas, all-star third baseman.
Right.
Go down the line. Alex Gordon, left field, retired. They can't afford to pay all these players.
Right.
Because once that 6 years of service is done and they're up to actually be considered a free agent, they can't pay them.
right. And I understand that. That speaks to the small market teams.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
you got to catch lightning in the bottle as a small market team.
Yeah. That speaks to a small market team. But why other teams like Dodgers don't do the same thing?
Well,
we don't have to do the exact same formula, but you don't see them really pulling out all those players in. And maybe it's just a style thing.
All right, I'll put it to you like this. They've always played or paid players like the Yankees.
Yes.
But then take into account, like you said, the cost of living to LA. Which one's going to be cheaper for me to play? Play in LA or New York? I mean, they're both expensive, but when you talk about probably state and property taxes, it might be a little bit cheaper in New York. But either way, you're looking at, by the time they even make a decision which team to play on, if they haven't decided, because even Boston was doing it too, was building, and now you see Boston's in a reverse mindset because they used to play. I mean, used to pay players like crazy. Now they're like, fuck it, we're not gonna keep just throwing money out and not win the championship no more. So their kind of mentality is kind of reversed a little bit. So I mean, you're talking about just their payroll is so high, and you still have to field the better team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Dodgers can pay whoever they want. And this is what their shortcomings have been playoffs, just period. They've gotten to the World Series, but they weren't the better team. When Houston knocked them off, they were far and the better team. You know what I'm saying? So as much, and this is what I'm saying when it comes to building a super team kind of in basketball, you can bring in whoever, but at the end of the day, if you don't win, it's meaningless.
Right.
So, but luckily, the Dodgers finally got over the hump since it was like 88 since the last time they won. I mean, almost like 30, 35 years. So, I mean, they're favored to win it again. You know what I'm saying?
They do look good.
They do look good, of course.
But then the Padres do too.
Hey, the Padres went nuts, first of all.
Real good.
I mean, smart move getting Fernando Tatis Jr. signed, and they signed him only 1 year into his MLB service. They was like, nah, fuck that. We just gonna sign you now.
Go ahead and get him.
Yeah, and this was, and I think this was different with baseball, is you're able to make that decision. Do I sign him now and make sure that he's my corner piece when he's young?
Right. Because
he's like 21, 22, or maybe even 20. I think still young as shit.
Right.
Sign him a 1 year into his service and just like, nah, we ain't even gonna let you sniff free agency in 5 years. Nah, bro, you ours for 13 years. Yeah. I mean, it's smart.
It's smart.
I mean, we'll see what happens.
Go ahead.
No, baseball has taken off today. The Yankees are playing right now as we speak.
Blue Jays.
Yeah, they're going against the Blue Jays. They were up. I didn't see the score, but even your Tigers are looking good right now. Looking good right now because it's opening day.
Right.
We'll see what happens in a month and see where they at.
They don't have a good team.
Nah.
They got. I talked about it earlier. I give them a C+.
Yeah.
And a lot of the players they have, you have to wait. They're a lot of wait and see players.
Yeah.
If they do this or if they develop into that, they can have potential to build a good team.
Man, they're playing in the snow in Detroit, man.
Yes, that's
get a home run in the snow.
But the Mets, not the Mets, the Dodgers and the Rockies.
Yeah, you got the Dodgers and Rockies at 4:00. Right. Of course, my Royals play at 4:00. So I'm gonna probably be sneaking in watching that while we film our After Wonder
And
podcast.
then the Mets and the Nationals.
Matching Nationals actually got postponed due
Oh,
to
sorry,
Corona.
I forgot about that. You're
They
right.
did.
To
They
the
did.
Corona. I did see that.
That's one thing I'm curious to see what's going to
How they
happen
gonna handle that?
because they're letting fans in the stadium now.
Mhm.
You know, it wasn't like last year when they had that Corona shortened 65 games
They
season.
playing a lot. They play a lot of games.
Yeah.
And so that's a lot of people in and out of that stadium a lot of times.
Bro, you're talking about so it's
162?
162 games. So you pretty much
So split that in half.
81.
Right.
81 at home, 81 on the road.
So it's 81 times someone's coming in and out of that stadium.
That's
a lot of content.
A lot of exposure.
A lot of exposure.
I don't
you know. I mean,
and Texas is talking about they're gonna like, nah, fuck it. Full go, whatever.
Yeah, well, Texas done anyway. I'm sorry. Some of the stuff they doing in Texas is like, right, what's wrong with y'all? They doing some dumb stuff.
Hey, but on some real shit, and not to backtrack, it kind of goes back to what Kim Balke was talking about with Baylor, the coach.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we didn't really touch upon it, but we'll probably say that for another show. She said, dump the testing for we'll discuss that on Monday though, because we'll see how the women's tournament and the men's tournament kind of factors going forward. We only had one team pull out of both tournaments, so we'll talk about that later. But it's that time of the show, my brother. It's the time of that show. Holla at your boy. Say with chest, little ass nigga. Man, we need to put that on the shirt, man.
I don't know if we can though. That's already. We have to look into.
Or say with your chest.
Yeah, that's Kevin Hart. So.
Or shit, just get it off your chest. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll talk with 40. 40 just did he's got all of his equipment for t-shirts. So.
Oh really? I saw his little album cover. He sent it to me. That was nice.
Yeah. So we'll get into that. But anyway, I just want to highlight Hercy Miller.
Yes.
Hercy Miller, if you don't recognize the last name, is the son of Percy Miller. Percy. Get it?
Who is Percy Miller?
Yeah, Percy Miller, aka
the
Don Dada, aka the King of the South, aka make it say make it say na.
Ice cream man.
The ice cream man. Master P himself, Percy Miller. That's his son.
The hooker.
Yeah, the hooker. Holla if you hear me. His son is going to Tennessee State,
my mama,
HBCU.
My cousin in there.
Yeah.
My friend of my cousin, I'm a mater. My neighbor, a lot of people at Tennessee State.
Bro, I think it's a good look for Tennessee State for sure. You're talking about the son of a very high prolific individual in Percy Miller,
right?
I'm pretty sure is going to be present at some basketball games for sure, but it's almost not quite to this degree of Deion Sanders going to Jackson State, but it does have some effect because he was getting offers from big schools.
Right.
He was getting offers from like LSU, Vanderbilt, big SEC schools, and he chose to go to Tennessee State. I'm telling you, the movement is happening. It's taking place, not just in football. Now it's transitioned to basketball. Let's see if it goes to baseball. Let's see if it goes to any other sports
like the water basket.
Any other sport that the Negroes play.
The spades tournament.
Yeah, if there's a spades tournament going on, and we're bringing it back to HBCUs. And, I love it because we've talked about it a million times before. HBCUs were the original pool of talent. Right. They got plucked from the big schools, and then you're left with just skeletons at HBCUs. Now the talent's coming back. So I love it. So shout out to Hercy Miller. I saw the clip. He pretty much made that decision all on his own. And he's got the backing of his pops. And and for Tennessee State, that's a good look. Because he's gonna be on that campus. It's gonna bring some cameras, it's gonna bring some eyes. So Tennessee State now has the opportunity to capitalize on it and help build HBCU. So I love it. Holla at your boy! Chill. Say it with your chest, little ass nigga.
So mine is going to be a little outside of sports. I'm going to tie it back into sports.
Okay.
So I saw the Lil Nas X thing with the shoes and everything. And I saw all the stuff on TV and social media, everybody talking about, oh my gosh, got the drop of blood in the soles and the satanic shoes and I understood and I listened to his explanation why he did it. I understand where he coming from, but my thing is this is not about him.
Yeah.
What really caught my eye is that Nike is suing the company
that made those shoes.
That made well, not really. They didn't really make them. All they did was customize them.
Yeah,
which has been happening
forever.
For years.
Forever.
People been customizing their shoes for years. I mean, but all of a sudden, just because this particular customization gets negative publicity, now Nike going to say, "Oh, we don't have a part of that." When people are customizing their shoes and everybody's liking them and putting them on social media, Nike was quiet.
Yeah,
you hear number crickets.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
And my thing is another example of big corporations pushing their weight around on people.
Okay.
And my thing is, I'm getting tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. And we, the consumers, don't realize the power that we have to stop some of this.
Yeah.
You stop buying Nike.
Yeah.
Why people buy more Nikes than Adidas?
Oh,
why? You know what I'm saying? Because such and such is wearing them.
Yeah.
So and so is wearing them.
Influence.
If you really strip down each shoe, and if you take the swoosh off that and take the stripes off Adidas, would you really buy that shoe? Either or. We automatically say, oh, those Nikes, or I don't even call them Nikes. Sometimes those LeBrons. You know what I'm saying? Or those the Jordan such and such. Those the so and so and such and such. And we don't really, we know they're Nike shoes, but we attach the name to the shoes. And so those names weren't attached to those shoes. Some of those Nikes probably wouldn't even sell. I saw, and I'm gonna tie this into it. I'm gonna tie it into sports, and I'm gonna shut up. I saw the CEO of Delta Airlines. He spoke out against what Georgia was doing for the voter rights and all that stuff. Here's my thing to that CEO. Yeah, it looks good, but all you doing is giving you good publicity. If you really want to do something, pull your company out of Georgia. If you really want to do something, push your weight around to stop that vote. So those corporations, you have power to do something. Then people on the other end, we have power to do something. NBA, take Nike off of your uniform.
Yeah.
Tell them we're gonna endorse Adidas. If you're gonna push around a little man, because
they need to have like Percy Miller in his shoe company.
Hey, there you go. But my thing is like this: however you feel about Nas X and what he done, he's still as a possible consumer of your product. NBA, MLB, NFL,
whatever. Yeah.
Him and anybody who's around him and who he influenced are consumers of your product.
Yeah.
Without those consumers, your product is nothing.
Nada.
It's nada. So on both sides, the corporation, you speaking out against these things, do more, put your money where your mouth is.
Imagine if Delta left Georgia.
Right.
That's huge.
That's huge.
Because they own that.
You know what I'm saying?
They own Georgia, bro.
So my thing, both sides.
Yeah.
We as the people.
Yeah.
We need to use our power.
So consumers and corporations.
To influence. These corporations say, oh, you with us and all that stuff. Put your money where your mouth is.
I got you.
And we stop focusing on the squirrel. What Nas X did and all that stuff, that's the squirrel. The bigger thing is
the acorn.
The acorn. The biggest thing is what they done.
Okay.
What Nike is doing.
Yeah.
They suing this company for something they really didn't have a part of.
Which is just peanuts.
All they did was customize some shoes.
For Nas X. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For another person.
Yeah.
And that does not affect your product because everybody knows that customization happens to shoes all the time.
Just to literally piggyback off what you're saying, every year the NFL does my calls, my cleats.
Yes.
And all those Nike cleats are customized.
Now,
and they're all for it.
Right.
But in this
So
situation,
let somebody put some on cliques that gets bad publicity.
Yeah.
It's the only reason why Nike said something because
it's bad
of
publicity.
bad publicity.
Yeah.
You know, if he'd have released the shoes and nobody really said anything about him, he's wearing them around,
It wasn't nothing.
Nike wouldn't have said nothing.
Not a damn thing.
You know what I'm saying? What happened to freedom of speech?
Yeah.
You know, what happened to the fact, you know, separate from church and state? What happened to all those things? You know, those things always pop up when it works in your favor.
Shit. People don't realize church is part of state. They don't realize
Well,
that. That's another
That's
con-
another,
that's another
thing.
topic.
Because when Thomas
Yeah.
Jefferson said that, he meant something totally different. But I'm not gonna go down that road right now.
Nah, let's not jump
You know
down
what
that
I'm
rabbit hole, bro.
But anyway, that's all I got.
Holla at your boy. Hey, say with your chest. New ass nigga. Nah, dope show today. That is episode 41 in the books, y'all. Man, we creeping up on these episodes, man. That's 4-1 in the books. Much love and appreciation to everybody that has been riding with us in the
Appreciate
I.O.W.
y'all.
sports show. And of course, the I.O.W. network is much appreciated. Until Monday, when we drop episode 42, it's your boy Wildcard Mar, that guy Detroit Mail. We are out the building. God willing, we will see y'all Monday. Peace.
Peace, love, and hair grease. Peace, love, and hair grease. Say it with me, y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease.
Hey,
We out of here,
we
y'all.
outta here, y'all. Play the video, man.
The I.O.W. Network.